know about y'all, but the quarantine, the longer it is, the more struggle I'm having with it. And I don't know if it's just too much isolation, but let's go ahead and talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellorosetv. If you didn't know, now you know. Go ahead and subscribe because you know you already love me. But what we're going to be talking about in this video, did you see that I just almost flashed y'all? That was too much boobies. I hope I don't get flags. But what we're gonna be talking about in this video is just kind of like a quarantine mental health checkup, okay? I'm gonna just be sharing some struggles that I've been having these last few months. At first I didn't really realize it, and then I did, and now I'm like, oh, maybe I should talk about it. Maybe other people are going through the same thing as me. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I don't know. I've been feeling kind of off, and I follow this one girl on Instagram. She's like a manifestation life coach or something. So she was talking about, recently when I was really starting to feel like weird and just down and just not my normal self. She was just saying like there was some shift in the universe, or there's some like thing flying over our orbit right now. I don't really know. She explains it a lot better than me, but like there's a lot of people that are actually feeling this right now. And it was funny because I actually started seeing it a lot, not just on her page, but a lot of other people saying it as well. If you follow me on Instagram, you always be knowing what I'm be talking about, because I usually share a lot of what I'm going through on Instagram, and then I end up putting it on paper, down, organize it, make it into a video. But yeah, so she said a lot of people are actually going through it. So I was like, why not share my experiences lately with you guys, so that maybe, you could feel a little better if you're going through the same thing too, stronger together. I've been going through a struggle, so I don't know if it's like, the universe, the orbits, or whatever that's going on up there, or if it's just so much isolation. So much isolation. And as much as we sometimes complain about going to work and everything, sometimes I'm like, maybe that daily socializing, is like really good for us. I think that we're just kind of like social creatures, and we need, that companionship sometimes of other people. So sometimes I feel like we do need some isolation. Sometimes I feel like we do need some social. We need just a healthy balance of both. So the one thing that I've been struggling a lot with is because, like I've said in other videos, I've been kind of keeping myself really busy. It's what really makes time go by, because if I just stay in the house and not do nothing, the places my mind will probably go would not be so great, okay? So I'd like to keep myself really busy. I'm learning new things. And, just trying to, again, come out of the quarantine better than I've went into it, trying to learn new skills. So, again, I'm trying to just keep really busy. And with keeping really busy, I'm focusing a lot on what I do. So I'm focusing a lot on my nail stuff. I'm focusing a lot on my YouTube. I'm focusing a lot, my social medias, because, they all tie into what I'm trying to do on YouTube as well. So, focusing a lot on these things, I feel, for me, especially mixed with just me being alone all the time, which again I'm used to, because I'm really like an introvert, but not this introverted all the time. So I think all of it mixed together, it's kind of rubbing in a bad way, like when your thighs chafe together. It's not good. Just lately, and I want to just say that if anybody else is feeling this way, I understand, and we need to realize that we're thinking these things and we're thinking this way, and we need to counteract it with a positive thought, and make sure that we're paying attention to those thoughts and feelings as well, and make sure that we're taking care of them, and again, we're feeding it more positive than we are negative. So just a couple of things, like the first one is just not being good enough. The not being good enough, seeing other channels grow, seeing other people who do a lot better nails than me. Like one time I was looking at this video of a girl. It was funny because it was YouTube and nails. I was looking at this girl on YouTube do nails, and I was like, oh my gosh, she does so good. But she's also been doing it for months, and I literally just started. So I shouldn't be comparing myself again to her work, because I will get there one day. And she was only 6 months ahead of me. So I was like, chill out. I was like, chill out. She's really good right now, but in 6 months, you'll be just as good, if not better. We always have to aim higher. So, chill out. Why are you stressing about this now? You literally just started like a week ago. So relax. So, again, you really have to make sure that you realize these thoughts. But that was definitely some things that I was having. You see other channels that are growing faster than you, or other social medias that are growing faster than you. And I always say, for people who are on social media, or for people who or want to start, don't focus too much on the numbers of it. Don't focus on too many of your subscribers, your views, or whatever, because that all comes. It all comes as long as you are consistent. And again, as long as you love what you're doing, you shouldn't have to be focusing on that anyways. And that's really what I had to tell myself, because I was kind of like, well, even if nothing comes out of it, I enjoyed sitting here and I enjoyed expressing myself and talking to you guys and sharing something that I felt was really important for me to share. So either way, even if this video doesn't go anywhere, if nobody sees it, I still, oh my God, I still enjoy these 15 minutes, these 20, 30 minutes, however long the video is, to make it. So either way, it was good time spent. Fear of failing. Oh my God. Let's talk about it. Because I always have that fear. I always have it. I really try to counteract it with like positive, but I think it's normal for a lot of people. And in a way, it's like it's good and it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's bad for you to feel fear. Fear in itself is kind of a bad feeling to have. I wouldn't want to be those people who have no fear and then just do crazy things. So I think, again, it's good to have fear in certain scenarios, but having too much fear is kind of crippling in a way. I want my fear of failing to be more so a drive for me to just keep reaching for better and better and better. But I don't want my fear of failing to become a toxic thing where either I just never stop and I just am exhausting myself and I never feel like I've reached and I never can appreciate any goal that I reach and I just need to do more and more. I never want to be like that. I want to be a good hustler and I want to be motivated, but I don't want that to consume me. But then I also don't want fear to cripple me in a way where I never feel like I can go for anything. Like, oh, I want to do that, but I'm not going to because I just don't want to fail at it, because failing is going to be so hard, like a heartbreak. Failure is almost like a heartbreak. You don't want to go through it, but the ride would be so good, but the end, I don't want that. So you just never go for it. You know what I'm saying? So you could miss a lot of opportunities that way. So I don't want it. I don't want either one. I want to be a nice in the middle. I want my drive of not wanting to fail to motivate me enough to reach for the things that I want and go for them, and then be proud when I reach my goals and maybe make a new goal and reach it. But I don't want it to be like, I don't want to be overdriven. I don't want to be underdriven. I just want to be driven enough. Ooh. Imagine you work so hard. You work so hard on whatever project you were working on. So whether you are doing YouTube, whether you are doing nails, whether you're doing a presentation for work, whether you're opening a website or a business or whatever it is that you're doing, and just the results. You were so proud of it. You spent hours and hours, days without sleeping to finally open this baby that you're just so proud of, and you just don't see the results that you thought you were gonna see. Oh, tell me that don't hurt. Tell me that don't hurt your soul. It hurts, yes. It does, and sometimes it's a little bit disappointing, but it is definitely 100% a teaching moment. It is a teaching moment. It is something that you can use to grow. So you have to really sit down and think and look at everything that you did and where you can improve, because as you started it and you did it, though it didn't turn out the way that you wanted to, you still did it, and you're still 10 steps ahead of where you were when you first started, and now you're just 2 steps ahead of getting where you actually need to go, rather than being 12 steps behind. You know what I'm saying? So even though you did start something, and even though it didn't go exactly the way that you planned, you're still so much closer than you were when you first started. So yes, it may be a little bit disappointed, but do not be so hard on yourself so that you just quit. Well, this didn't turn out the way that I wanted, so what is the point? The point is you did it, and you're that much closer to actually reaching your goal. So don't stop now. There's two that actually go hand in hand. So there's one where people are already doing what you do. I always have that fear. I sometimes have that fear, that, thought in the back of my head, well, there's already somebody doing this. So, how would I make it better? Why would people get my stuff if somebody's already doing it and they're already buying it from somebody else? Whatever that looks like. But I know there was a video. I can't remember which video it is. Honey, I'm going to tell you right now. Go to the supermarket. Hear me out. In your mind, go down the bread aisle in your mind, right? Close your eyes and be in the supermarket. You go down the bread aisle, right? What's down the bread aisle? Millions and millions of different kinds of breads. They all the same. They are all the same, but all you will see is rows and rows and rows and rows of rows of different brands of bread. These are all different companies that do the exact same thing, and they're all selling, and they're all making millions of money. So this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. No one can be you. So even if you're selling lashes, even if you're promoting lashes, even if you're promoting makeup, hair, clothes, these are things that are always, everybody's doing it. You know what I'm saying? But no one's doing it like you. No one in this world is going to be able to do it like you do it. Nobody can be me, honey. Nobody can beat me, okay? And the way that you would put your personal spin on whatever it is that you want to start, or whatever it is that you want to sell, or anything that you want to do, you are unique to your own company and your own business, or whatever. You are unique to you. So yes, you might be doing something similar to somebody else, but nobody is doing what you're doing. Because there's nobody else in this world that is like you. But that goes hand in hand with people who get too afraid with the age thing. So, take two people starting the same kind of company. Let's say lip gloss. Let's say that there is a woman that wants to start with lip gloss, and another woman that wants to start selling lip gloss. One is 21, the other one is 40. Let's just say that. They both have two different kinds of lip gloss. They have two different brands. They have two different looks. They're selling the same product, but in two different ways. I never want them to feel any type of way or compete with each other, or think that they're less than the other person because of age especially. So let's say the 21-year-old feels like they wouldn't be able to accomplish their lip gloss company because the woman that's 40 has a lot more life experience. She must know a lot more. She must be able to successfully have a business plan and be able to grow her company more successfully than maybe she would, because she doesn't know as much. But that's simply not true, because the woman that's 40 may be looking at the woman that's 21 the exact same way. Oh, she's a lot younger than me. She has a lot more energy. She has a lot more drive than me. She has a much younger audience that is maybe the ones that are buying lip gloss. You can't think about age that way when it comes to wanting to do something that you want to do. Age is not a factor. It's you. You are a factor in your own motivation. They can both reach the same thing at the same exact time if they both have the same exact drive. You can't let other people derail you from where you're trying to go. So stop thinking about you already have enough to think about with something that you want to start. That's enough stress that you have to deal with just doing that. Because starting a company, if that's something that you want to do, it is hard. Okay, so you have enough on your plate. You don't need to add anything else on, like all these different companies that you have to compete with. You don't need to do all of that. You need to focus on what you want to do. Make sure that you achieve it, no matter what that looks like, especially if that looks different from how other people achieved it. It doesn't matter. No matter how you get there, you will get there. And let's talk about those insecurities. Let's talk about them those insecurities. Oh my gosh, especially when you're starting something. And again, whether that's something that you want to do, you want to sell, whether it's a company, whether it's just something you want to do for yourself, no matter what it is, just a home project, whatever it is, you were really excited about it in the beginning. Like me, I'm doing nails right now. It's something that I'm learning to do on my own before I apply myself to school and get certified. But it is something that I was really excited about. I'm still really excited about it. But I know that there's times where I'll be like, oh gosh, like this didn't come out that well. Like this isn't good enough. Like there's a bunch of nail salons out there that are doing nails, obviously. So there's no point in me trying to compete with that. There's no point. There's nothing that makes my nails special, or my nails are not that important, that somebody would come to me over the nail salon that they already go to. And when those insecurities start coming, honey, when those insecurities start coming, you have to go just brush those away. Because no matter what, no matter how people view whatever it is that you're doing, if you find that it's important and it is something that is making you happy and it is something that you want to do, your opinion is the only one that matters. It is the only one that matters. And you really need to think about sometimes how many people are in this world. Especially if like people around you are not very supportive, like those 5-10 people that are around you that are not that supportive, there's billions of people in this world. And don't even think about America. Don't even think about this country. Think about the whole world. There's millions and billions of people all over the world. So even if these 10 people, these 5 people don't like you, there's billions of other people that look and view things really similar or just like you that are going to see your vision, they're going to love it, and they're going to want to support you. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever feel like, other people are not making you feel important, or maybe you're even doubting yourself and putting yourself down and thinking that it's not important, honey, whatever it is that you do is important, okay? And you need to remember that. You need to remember that everything you say is important, everything that you do is important, okay? Might be insignificant to the universe, but that's my favorite quote. My favorite quote is a quote by Gandhi. It says, everything that you do in life will be insignificant, but it's very important that you do it anyways. Drop mic. That's lip gloss. I love that quote so much because that is exactly the way that it is. Everything that you do is a choice, and every choice that you make is important. Every choice that you make is valid, and you need to go ahead and do it no matter what anybody says. So even at the end of the day, when life is said and done, it may be insignificant now, but it was still important, and it still impacted your life, and it still set the standards for where your life is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? You have to just enjoy life while you have it here. So though it may be insignificant to the masses, it is important to you in your own life, and that's what you really need to focus on, is your happiness. So yeah, so that is all that I have to say about that. I hope everybody is keeping up with their mental health. If anybody else is struggling with any of these things, these are just a couple of things that I know that I've been struggling with lately. But I'm every day, building myself to be a better and happier person. You know what I'm saying? And you guys always help me with that, and YouTube just helps me with that in general. I love talking to you guys so much. If you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay? I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.